Hello and welcome students. In the part 1 part of this respiration video, I told you that energy is obtained. Now let's see what path does oxygen follow. Oxygen enters the lungs. Now from where it is entering? It is entering from the process of breathing. Now this oxygen from the lungs, it passes into smaller and smaller blood vessels called alveoli. Singular is alveolus. Into smaller and smaller parts called the alveoli. They are somewhat like a balloon-like structure. If we see, they look something like this inside the lungs. Now whatever oxygen enters the lungs, they enter finally into these alveoli. But from the alveoli, they have to pass into the body or the lungs, from the lungs to the heart. If all the air in the lungs or all the oxygen in the lungs which has been obtained at the time of respiration, at the time of breathing, that if the heart takes, this lungs, which is just like a balloon, it will collapse. You have seen, if there is air filled in a balloon, it is all stretched up. But if the air is removed, the balloon gets squeezed. So in that case, human lungs may collapse. So what happens? Whatever amount of air enters, oxygen is passed from the lungs to the heart, but some amount of carbon dioxide and oxygen remain in the lungs till the next round of breathing. That means once oxygen and carbon dioxide enters, the first lot of oxygen is taken by the lungs, carbon dioxide is exhaled out, given out, but some amount of carbon dioxide and oxygen remains. Second time, again at the time of breathing, the remaining oxygen will be thrown out, carbon dioxide will be thrown out and oxygen will be taken by the lungs. So the lot which remains in the lungs every time is some amount of carbon dioxide with little oxygen. This air is called as residual air. This residual air is there in the lungs to protect the lungs or to keep the lungs in proper shape. Now what happens to the oxygen that enters the heart? When it enters the heart, it purifies. But how it enters, that is, we are going to see in transportation.